I'm Shannon.
And today we are going to be making homemade meatballs, homemade red sauce, and apple cider donuts.
We're going to turn to our meatballs and the favorite family recipes. Here we go. Voila.
So what we're going to need is ground beef, ground veal, ground pork, garlic cloves, parsley, eggs, water, Romano cheese, breadcrumbs, and salt and pepper.
Okay, so we are going to need a sharp knife to cut our 4 amazing garlic cloves and our 2 tablespoons of parsley. We're going to need 2 large eggs. We're going to need 2 cups of Romano cheese, sprinkle of salt and pepper, breadcrumbs of 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and we are also going to need 1.5 pounds of ground beef, 1/2 pound of ground veal, and 1/2 pound of ground.
Okay, so here I have my large bowl and all my meats, and we are just going to take all of this and fold it in. And now we are going to take our 3 garlic cloves. We're going to save the 4th one for later for our frying. We're just going to put all of that in. After that, we're going to go in this order, and we're going to sprinkle both salt and pepper, just a little bit, just for taste. And now we're going to take our parsley and just put all of that in. And our 2 large eggs. And now we're going to take all 2 cups of cheese and pour all of that in. And our breadcrumbs, and pour all of that in. Alright, so all we have to do now is mix.
Okay, so now is our mixing process. We are going to mix until it is well blended, but you're not going to want to overblend. So just, be cautious of that.
Oh my goodness, the smell of the garlic, and it's so good.
Yeah, it does smell very good. So before our rolling process, we're going to want to make sure that our oil is heating on the stove. We're going to take our remaining garlic clove, put it in the frying pan. We're going to want to take 2 cups of oil and pour it in.
So here we have our ground meat, and we're just going to take about a good tablespoon of it and just roll it continuously for every single one. Now, I'm going to give Shannon one, and even if she might not really have 2 hands to work with, right, Shannon?
Yes.
We could be able to help her as a friend and as a cookmate. So,
And you can always roll it on the counter, too.
yeah. So we're going to do that continuously for each one, and we'll begin.
So now we are going to introduce our special parent person, Karen Halleck. She's going to help us out with mixed meatballs.
Okay, so we're going to take our meatballs and put them in a spatula, and we're going to bring them over here and fry in the heated oil, and make sure you cook them gently and let them cook till heated light brown. Good.
While the meatballs are cooking, make sure that for when they're done, you have a plate with a paper towel to absorb any of the excess oil.
Okay, so let's go check on our meatballs. So we're just going to roll these over and see how well they're cooking, and make sure that you are very careful for any of the oil that may splatter, because that may burn. Okay.
What do you know? All our meatballs are almost done. They're lightly brown.
Our
meatballs are almost done. So
we're going to take our spatula, and we're just going to scoop our meatballs
and put them
on the dry paper towel so all the extra oil can sit out.
Now is the best part, eating it.
Alright. So here's the inside, and if you want to sprinkle some salt, you can. Ciao.
Ciao.
So when you're running out of time a little bit, maybe Shannon could help us what you could do when the project's a little out of time.
So instead of making homemade sauce, you can use some Rayo's. It's quick, it's easy, it's delicious, and you could just take some Barilla spaghetti and pop it in a pot, and voila, it's great.
So change in plans. Instead of apple cider donuts, it's apple crisp muffins.
Yay! So for this project, you will need a small muffin tin.
Before you do anything, make sure you preheat the oven to 350
What
degrees.
you need to make the mini apple crisp muffins are 3.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cup of sugar, 1.25 cup of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of vanilla, and two
Eggs.
eggs. And you are also going to want 3 cups of peeled diced apples.
Now what we're going to do is we are going to combine the ingredients in 2 separate bowls. So first what we're going to do is we're going to combine the flour and the apples. Let's just make sure you scrape all of that in there. And then the sugar. And then the salt. The beautiful baking soda. And the cinnamon. Now, see, that is all mixed nicely together. And we're going to get our spoon. We're just going to mix those ingredients together.
So now we are going to put in our wet ingredients. First, we're going to put in our oil. Now we're going to put in our vanilla extract and our eggs. And now we're going to give it a small mix session.
Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to just take our mini muffin tin and just grease it all together. And now we're going to do about a teaspoon in each little one, like that. And just plop it in there. And that's about it.
Perfect. So after about 10 minutes, you check the oven to see how they are.
Ooh, they're looking good. They're golden and crispy looking. So,
here's the finished product of our apple crisp muffins. After sprinkling confectionery sugar on there,
it's a great way to have it with hot chocolate. Let's try.
Do not eat hot muffins.